Okay, what is up, chat and YouTube fans? And also people who are watching the YouTube and hate me. You know, people who like hate watching. Hello to you as well. Today we're going to be running this. I saw Swaggler playing this deck. It's basically the best deck in the game, but you've replaced Bikes and Chuggy with Buggy and Scorpion. I don't know if this version... I expect this version is worse, but it looks like it's going to be way better in the mirror. Like, normally in the mirror match, you just spam Bikes at each other and it's very boring. And that's literally the only unit that matters in the mirror, because Infernos are not efficient enough against Bikes and nothing else kills Bikes very well. But this version, like, the best deck in the game against the Chuggy Inferno deck, in my opinion, is Tank Phantom Buggy. So... yeah, like this deck here with a Buggy, like this kind of thing, this is basically like the best deck in the game against Chuggy Inferno. Something along these lines. Obviously it wouldn't look quite like this, it'd probably look like this, you have a 10 cost unit, or you just open with a 30 cost. But that's like the best deck in the game against Chuggy Inferno. So, if you put in a Buggy and a Scorpion, you become much stronger in the mirror match, because you have these two key units. Like, you have tanks that win the early game against Chuggy and Bike, and then you have Buggy that kills the lasers, so you can beat Chuggy laser pretty comfortably with just your two War Factory units. Then once they switch into Inferno, you still have the stealth tank, but you can also mirror and just go Inferno as well. I guess that's not great because they have Bikes and you don't. And Bikes are really good against Inferno. I wonder if this deck would be better with Bike instead of stealth tank. I'm going to be doing this on ladder, Noid Hex. I'm going to play 10 games. I'm actually not sure. Like, maybe Bikes would be better than Stealth Tank, because like, you can spam Bikes against air pretty reliably. And with the Buggy, like, this deck looks incredibly bad against Orca. Orca's really good against Buggy. And we only have Laser, and Orca's also decent against Stealth Tanks. This deck looks very weak to Orca. Maybe it's better with Phantom, but then, like, I mean, this deck has existed for a long time, and I've definitely tried it out, and I don't know if I'm that excited about it. Alright, well, we'll play the deck as was when I saw Sorga playing it. I do think maybe Bikes in here instead of Stealth Tank would be better. Kind of hard to say. You still have, like, because you have the Inferno, you don't lack for that super heavy anti-infantry option. Like Chuggy rifle deck, like with Inferno, struggles with Mutant until the Inferno comes out anyway. And then, so the same thing is going to happen here. You're going to need the Inferno to fight mutants effectively. Flamers and Shocks you can kill with a Buggy. If you have a Scorpion to support it, then you can kill them with Buggy. Like, it's really bad to use Buggy without the Scorpion, because then it dies to shit like enemy tanks, or Bikes, or Pit Bulls, and it's just not very good. But if you have a tank to shut down their War Factory, then Buggy can get some work done. And you won't just lose to Flamers and Shocks like you do with other Buggy decks. Okay, let's give it a go. Ice says looks like Mutant will dominate. It's not, like, the Chuggy version is about the same against Mutant. Like, you can't really beat Mutant with the Chuggy version either. You still need the Infernos. So I don't think it'll make that much difference against Mutant. If anything, the deck might be slightly better against Mutants, because you're not going to invest as much money. You know, you're going to build a Buggy instead of a Chuggy before you go, oh, they have Mutants, I need an Inferno. So I think it might actually be slightly better against Mutant, just because you can get there sooner to the Infernos. There will obviously be some issues. I haven't played the deck yet, so I'm not really 100% what they're going to be. I suspect anything where you need Bikes is going to be the problem. So like Drone Swarm, Venom, Talon. These are units that are going to be a big problem with this build, because you just don't have that cheap anti-air unit that's good. You only have Laser, and Buggy does not. Buggy is not like a good unit against Drone Swarms and Talons and stuff like that. And of course Orca, like I said before, Orca is going to be a huge problem. Orca is like the #1 issue for this deck, I would say. Which is why maybe the Phantom is better than the Stealth Tank. But that is a deck that's existed for a long time, and it's not like prevalent in the meta, so I wanted to try out this build instead. Nod needs a quad. Yeah, Nod does need a quad. I don't really want to make anything here. I want to wait and see what he does. I'm guessing he's going to make a Chemical Buggy. That's what everyone does. But if that's the case... Oh, here we go. We've got Flamers coming in. Let's get the Buggy. Yeah, I think I lose them. I think I let this top rifle go too easily. To be fair, against Seth, you're almost always going to lose first missile. At least that's how it used to be. Maybe that's not true anymore. Back in the day, Seth was like an auto-win first missile. So now we're just going to transition into Inferno laser, which is what the Inferno deck always does.
Inferno in motion. Lasers taking position. Inferno bomber reporting. Inferno moving napalm. Laser squad, power and precision. Burn it. Time to harvest.
I guess without the chuggy, you don't have as good an answer to rifles. Like, rifle spam is pretty good against laser Inferno. And normally you would cope with that by making a chuggy and just being like, lol, I have a chuggy, this hard counters your rifles. But now we don't have chuggy, we can't do that. So actually, maybe this deck is just worse? This deck kind of feels like maybe it's just like quite a lot worse. No, I'm actually just dead. Oh, I misclicked as well. No, I'm actually just dead. Yeah, this deck, I mean, that was a 1 game in and the deck feels a lot worse so far. A lot worse.
Mission failed.
I probably wouldn't, I mean, I wouldn't have lost that if I hadn't misclicked at the end there.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, I could try opening Buggy. I think Buggy is very strong opening. It's probably better against PDI than not as an opening unit? Question mark?
Unit ready.
The idea of opening Buggy is you want your opponent to make Pitbull or Bike. So you can go tank. Ideally, they'd open... Oh, this is not good for me. Ideally, your opponent would open Barracks, and then you would make the... You'd make the Buggy, and they'd transition into War Factory, and then you'd have lots of money. That's what you're really looking for. Obviously, against MSV deck, we're just going to want Infernos. And tanks. Shatterer, maybe? No Shatterer, interesting. Very surprised to see no Shatterer here. I'm just gonna kill the MSV. Alright, weird game so far. Just gonna keep making lasers for now, since he hasn't got an answer to them. Shock Trooper, sure. Now, Predator tank, we're still gonna lose to, because obviously we have Scorpions, just straight up loot. Where are you going, Buggy? What is he doing? Okay, we're gonna win the missile. Our opponent misplayed. And we're gonna go Inferno.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
And we're gonna kill all the units. And he's gonna concede. Alright, cool.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New objective available.
I'm gonna try opening Buggy some more. It's really bad against Bike Rush, but Bike Rush is not super common.
Building online.
He did open bikes, which is not great for me. Now I have to run away until I get tank. He actually went bike first unit, which is pretty bad for me. And he's already got the lasers. Well, I have the Buggy, friend, so... And I misclicked. No! Oh, I cocked that up. That was a big misplay.
Unit ready.
I think we're still fine. Oh, Buggy versus laser drone. I have no idea how this matchup goes.
Unit ready.
Looks like the laser drone is gonna barely win. No, barely lose. Barely loses. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that coming. There's nothing I could do. I just had 2 damaged Buggies. So there was no way to respond to that where I didn't lose the missile. Could I have moved off the bottom pad? I don't really think so. Venom is a unit where we definitely would rather have Bike than Buggy. I think Laser Drone is probably a unit where we'd rather have Bike than Buggy as well. Obviously against Stealth Tank. We ideally want Stealth Tank against Venom. It one-shots it.
ready. Stealthy and Scorpion ready to hunt. Ambush to the shadows. Laser squad taking position. Makes glory to nothing. Taking position.
Unit ready.
Laser squad.
From all the units I've seen, Buggy should be very good in this matchup.
Unit offline.
But it doesn't feel that good. Even when your opponent's only making units that Buggy is good against, Buggy still doesn't feel that good. Shame for Buggy.
Unit offline. Unit offline. Unit ready.
Buggy on the move. Buggy skedaddling. Stay quiet.
I don't know why he hasn't made bikes again. They seem like they'd be pretty good.
Unit offline. Unit offline.
Oh shit. Mutants, you say?
Unit enhanced. Unit offline. Unit ready.
Moving napalm. You're be attacked. Gonna hit Inferno thrust. Laser squad. Napalm tanks are Inferno in motion. To the shadows. Inferno moving. Commanding. Kill them all. Gonna hit Inferno.
Unit offline.
Napalm flame on.
Unit ready.
Instinct. Kill them all. We'll hit them with crystal. The shadows. To the shadows. Inferno bomb gonna hit. Moving. Command. Napalm.
Unit enhanced.
Inferno thrust. Inferno. Stay quiet. Gonna hit. Inferno. Kill them all. Kill them all.
Unit ready.
They will hit Scorpion ready.
Unit
I
offline.
think I got him. Maybe.
Moving.
Maybe not.
Scorpion rolling. Inferno bomb.
Unit
I need
offline.
something that kills the goddamn air units.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Scorpion ambush them. Taking position.
Unit enhanced.
Scorpion moving. Napalm.
Missile
What
canceled.
a dumb game this has been.
Stay quiet. Stealthy. Command.
Missile canceled.
Kill them all. Glory for King. Command. Scorpion's on.
Missile launched.
Scorpion ready.
Unit offline. Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
Gonna open Buggy, and then I was like, no, I have to go as Harvester if I'm gonna open Buggy, which is pretty bad. What makes the stank better than 10 bikes? It's not. I mean, I guess 10 bikes costs 300 and the stank costs 100, so it's 1/3 the price is the reason that it's maybe better. Ah, look at this guy, trying to infantry rush me. Unfortunately for him, I went Buggy first.
That's one for the propaganda reel.
Tactical mind.
I do have a keen tactical mind, thank you for noticing. Buggy confirmed OP versus this dude.
Well played.
Yeah, got him. Yeah, I think Phantom makes more sense than Stank. T3K is a highly ranked opponent. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. For those of you who don't know T3K, he is well known for losing to people and then joining their alliance and yelling at them for having higher levels than he does. Like, he gets super mad and he's like, why would you queue into someone with lower levels than you? As though it's like somehow their fault. Like you went and searched and intentionally found him as your opponent. He tends to get very angry. And it looks like he's just rage quit from this game as well. But hopefully he'll join the alliance and we can see what he has to say. If we're lucky. If we're lucky, he'll join the alliance and we'll get a little taste of T3K. So he's complaining about his opponents having higher levels than him, whilst he does not focus on leveling up one account.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1.
Terminus changed their logo.
Objective received.
For the crystals.
The Terminus logo was it was a classic.
Good welcome, citizens.
Building online.
Alright, so this is, like, he opens wheels, which is slightly better than him opening bikes, like the other guy did. I suspect there'll be bikes around now. We need to get ready to back out. No, no bikes? Surprising. What's going on? Tank, he went straight into tank. Interesting. So now I guess we're in a tank mirror, which I can live with, but also I'm slightly behind in money, so this tank mirror is like maybe not great for me. Like his second tank will arrive before mine. But Buggy is obviously better support for a tank mirror than Buggy is a better support unit in a tank mirror than a wheel is. I got the double shot. That probably puts me too far ahead. Yeah, I'm pretty far ahead now in the tank mirror. Although, actually, yeah, he's gone wheels and then bikes. That's a cheat, man. That's cheat. That's not tank mirror. What a scumbag. Bikes are a much better support unit in the tank mirror than Buggy or wheel. That was an issue. The issue there was I didn't have a cheap unit. Like I couldn't get to the extra pads with a cheap unit because I just didn't have one in my deck.
Unit offline. Unit offline.
I might have to go laser, which sucks. But like my deck is just slightly worse in a tank mirror than his because he has bikes and I don't.
Building online. Unit ready.
I do hate to go laser in a tank mirror though.
Unit ready.
Is that Fanatics? Holy shit. That's a unit you don't see very often.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
Oh dear. I believe I'm dead.
Unit offline.
Yeah, Fnatic deck way better in a mirror match. Like a Fnatic tank deck is a lot better for a mirror match. For obvious reasons. Well, am I dead? Am I alive? I'm alive, chat. I'm alive. Holy crap. I'm gonna wait for stealth tank. I don't want to try and use Buggy to fight Venom. That sounds awful.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
I'd really like an Inferno, but obviously I am not doing well on the cash flow. There's a Fnatic over here. I really thought I was screwed in this game. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised that I'm now winning it.
Building online.
Let me build a unit, please, game.
Unit offline.
Scorpion tank reporting. Blowing the take. Scorpion ready. Scorpion command. Gonna heat that. Scorpion ready.
Unit ready.
Quiet. Scorp tank. A-bomb moving. Inferno bomb. Deliver Scorpion ready.
I think we have one now. I think we got him. That was a close one, though.
Scorpion ready. Scorpion ready to
Close game, my dudes.
Certainly newsworthy.
Enemy base destroyed. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
time to harvest.
I don't know if this Buggy opening is good. I'm basically just not really making my rifles at all at the moment, which feels weird. I should probably be opening rifles, but it just feels bad to go into Buggy from rifle. So this is the ideal situation for the Buggy. Although, wait, hang on, is this a guy an MG player? Is that why he has 2 units already? Very early to have 2 rifles. Yeah, so like this is what you want as the Buggy player. You want to open Buggy, they go on Barrett. They make a pit bull, you make a tank to shut down the pit bull.
Base is under attack.
And then they're like, oh, I have to go into like missiles, but you already have buggies to fight the missiles. So that's like pretty much exactly what you want to happen. I don't know what he's actually going to make next. I'm going to get a second tank, because at the moment I'm just doing Ring Around the Rosie with this tank. So I need like one tank on each side. Orca? Orca is the nightmare. Orca is the best unit against this deck. Like, for sure. Oh, get on the pads! Sigh. Yeah, this deck maybe needs a Phantom to be playable. Orca is just like so obviously insane versus my deck. Like, I have nothing that actually counts as an Orca. My best unit against it is Laser, and as you can see, an Orca can quite easily run away from a Laser. Like, successfully. It's not difficult to do. Just, yeah, I mean, he just ignores the Laser as well. He just went through the Laser. Yeah, Orca is very good against my deck, for sure. I'm gonna have to use Stealth Tank to try and fight it, which is obviously very bad. Probably need to make it to Infernos. Shit. I stopped playing Iron Cannon when someone dodged it with a Stealth Tank against me one time. I was like, that's ridiculous. I'm done now.
Unit ready. Unit in hand.
Got him.
Unit offline.
Professional Stealth Tank player over here. Yikes. Oh, I did get it, okay. I was gonna say it's insane that I didn't kill that, but I did kill it. So it is fewer insane.
Stay quiet.
Unit offline.
Ambush. Stay quiet.
Whoops.
Unit offline.
I don't even know what I was doing there.
Unit in hand. Unit ready. Unit offline. Unit ready.
Man, Stealth Tank MVP of this deck. Holy shit.
Building online. Unit ready.
I haven't used Stealth Tank this much since the Fnatic Stank meta. I have to use it against like every unit in this dude's deck. Alright, Stanky boy carries. Feels good, man.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, that checks out. On account of them being an animal and having no way to prevent an uprising in the United States. T3K again. I'm assuming that he has disconnected.
Building online. Unit ready.
What is T3K hoping will happen? Like, he has like level 9 units. He's going to concede to anyone with higher level units. He's in Tiberium League. That's going to be every single game he plays. He's not going to magically queue into other people in Tiberium League with level 9s.
Unit in hand. Unit ready.
This tile in particular I will destroy.
Unit in hand. Missile launched.
What's up, Muddy Pete? How's your sex dungeon diving
Objective
going?
complete. online. Unit ready.
Whoa, whoa, I should have walked up to it. Pulling back was a mistake. I'm pretty sure if I just drive straight up to it with the buggy, I could have won. Yeah, this was a misplay.
Unit ready.
Buggies are pretty good against MG, so I'm not too worried. Yeah. Unlucky friend though.
Unit offline.
MG abusers in shambles, and Buggy takes them down.
Warhead launched. Unit ready.
Attack buggy checking in. Buggy,
Oh, sting in the tail. We want Scorpion sting in the tail.
Unit ready.
ready to go off road.
Scorpion tank reporting.
Attack skedaddling.
This is probably an appropriate time to try and make Rifleman actually to fight these missiles instead of trying to use Buggy when he's got pitfalls.
Offline. Unit offline. Unit ready.
Now he's trying to block it with drones, so I can't reach the MG. What a jabroni. Orca, uh-oh, that's the best unit in the game against my deck.
Unit offline.
Laser squad. Attack lasers charged. Buggy,
Scorpion.
your command. We have
Scorpion ready.
skedaddling. We're good.
Unit offline.
Really? He went for the tank instead of one of the buggies? I'm a little surprised by this.
Laser attack buggy. Our lasers will
Unit enhanced.
good. Shred 'em. Taking as he desired. Buggy in a gun. Attack buggy checking in.
Why did my lasers not kill the Orca? That's kind of sad. Not that it matters because this guy's insanely dead, but you know,
Launched.
still a little sad.
You are victorious. Warning. Challenge battle
I always feel
initiated.
like Mud is getting up to crazy shit, man. Like whenever he comes in here, he's always talking about wild stuff.
3,
To Brazil.
1. New objective received.
To harvest.
Gonna keep trying the buggy opening. It's been serving me medium well.
Unit ready.
To Brazil strikes me as definitely an Orca player. I would like put money on him having Orca.
Buggy on your command.
Unit ready.
Your end is nick.
Attack buggy or the brother.
We will not yield.
Unit ready.
Fill 'em with hot
Scorpion ready.
brother.
Your end is near.
Fight the brother. Skedaddle.
Blowing them apart.
Unit ready.
Ready to roll. Buggy.
Blowing them apart.
Missile canceled. Building online.
Your end is
Attack.
Your end is near.
I would put money on him, his most recent building being Air Tower to build Orca.
Scorpion.
Unit
Oh, he's
offline.
shots? Interesting.
What's needed?
Scorpion tank reporting.
Unit ready.
On the move. Militia hit the glory. What's needed? Kill this.
Scorpion ready.
Come on.
Kill Scorpion ready. Scorpion
Unit
tank
offline. Unit ready.
Lasers for the brotherhood. His will as he earned.
I think we both know there's an Orca coming.
Laser squad.
Scorpion advancing.
Mr. Brazil.
Your end.
We'll hit them for the
Unit offline.
lasers.
Glory to God. Taking the Scorpion.
Hey, well, if there isn't an Orca coming, then
Your end. Tank
I'm in pretty good shape here. Yeah, no surprises.
Scorpion rolling.
Unit offline.
Now, how do we beat the Orca? We need to win the game pretty quickly, because the Orca's going to be, obviously, a huge problem.
Command. Lasers kill them.
Unit offline.
Where's he going, Buggy?
Kill them all. Attack bug. We're in trouble. Lasers.
Unit offline. Unit offline.
Scorpion ready to hunt.
Look at me focusing down this Orca with the Buggy like a pro. Let's go! Let's go! It's too late, man. It's too late, Doobie. The game's over, man. You've already lost. Let's go!
Base destroyed.
This is game number 11 ERA, but 2 of them were T3K surrenders.
New objective available.
Time to harvest.
How do you turn off Steam notification sounds?
Unit ready.
Damn it. Fixing for a fight. If you say so. All right. All right. For the Brotherhood.
Bikes?
Buggy,
Where are they?
on the move.
There they are. Run away. Get the tank.
Unit ready.
He's going for hard because he's a professional gamer.
Scorpion, spirit is near, sting in the tail. We will not yield. Scorpion moving.
We're in.
Hope he didn't need those bikes because they're gone now.
Buggy checking in.
Unit ready.
Scorpion,
Ready to go off-roading. Buggy's no
Oh, that's a lot of lasers. This seems like an appropriate time for riflemen.
Unit offline.
we will not yield.
What's needed?
Unit offline.
Bring up to
Scorpion ready to hunt. Spirit, tank on the move. Glory to God.
Unit ready.
For the Brotherhood.
destroy them, chief. Let's go.
We will not, we will
We're ready to
glory blowing them apart. Spirit,
Warhead launched.
we will for the
run that thing.
Scorpion tank reporting. Scorpion ready to hunt. Scorpion, we will not
I
yield.
feel like it's gonna be laser drones. That's my prediction.
Lace, what's needed? Taking position.
Scorpion tank on the move.
Inferno. Wow, it's pretty quick actually.
We're ready. 4K. Laser squad.
Scorpion to Scorpion.
Flushing out. What's needed?
Scorpion to
Lasers charged.
as he Scorpion.
Taking brothers. Move out.
Scorpion.
Laser squad.
Scorpion tank reporting.
Unit offline.
Steady.
Hit them. Taking position. Looking at
Scorpion taking.
Unit offline.
Scorpion rolling.
Unit enhanced. Unit offline.
Stay quiet and tune them all.
Look, command.
Ah, feels amazing.
Nuclear missile launch.
Alright, there you go, guys. The deck's okay. I think the buggy opening was actually slightly better than the rifle opening.
Objective complete.
But yeah, overall the deck is just clearly worse than the chuggy deck. I don't know if it's better in the mirror. We didn't play the mirror at all. It probably is. It almost certainly is better in the mirror. But overall, not fantastic still. Did he have a unit to beat lasers, says Ice. He had flame troopers. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you all next time.